Hello Gemini, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, I am Nicole and welcome to the channel. Gemini, this is going to be your reading for August of 2023. I'm going to go into a little bit of a spiel and then we'll get on with your reading. So I noticed some comments, which I'm always open to comments, right? But guys, please remember that not every reading is for you. There may be certain parts of it, there may be none of it. You know, you just never know, right? So remember, I'm reading collectively as any other reader is reading collectively on YouTube for, you know, tens of thousands, millions, billions of people, right? So just because that message isn't for you, or maybe that message triggers you and you're like, I don't want to accept this right now, just be aware, plain and simple. Just sometimes it's just not for you and there's no need to be negative about it. Negativity is not for this channel. I will tell you that right now. So on that note, and you know, if it pisses people off, it pisses people off. I don't know what to say. It is what it is. So, on that note, Gemini, I'm sorry that I was on a hiatus again. I'm human as much as anybody else, so please bear with me in that regard. You know, life happens, plain and simple. That's all there is to it. So, Gemini, this will be, as I said, your August 2023 reading. Cross-watcher, if you are viewing this video, welcome to the channel as well. And remember to discern the messages accordingly. Some parts may be for you. Some of it may resonate. Some may not. Maybe the whole thing. Maybe none of it at all. You never know. Check back and check. Don't forget to check your sign, moon, rising, and Venus also. So with that, Gemini, I was doing some meditating as well. And interestingly, I heard timing, direction, clarity is coming in for you. And as I was meditating on this, it felt like a big burst of hope for you guys. I can tell you that I've got a Gemini moon in my chart, and I can see where that could take shape, right, in our emotions. But it's like you're finally coming out of a little bit of a foggy period. Your life is going to step into a higher directional purpose, 222 on the timer. So we're going to dive into your reading and see what's going on for August. I did do a reading, forget what sign it was for the other day, and it seemed to be more current than so much maybe August, but you know, August has yet to happen, so we shall see. So, you know, remember everybody's on different timelines as well, so just be aware of that. So Gemini, personal readings are open again, and you can find that information in the description box below as well as the about section of the page. And you can also check me out at holisticallyzenwv.com too for a full list of products and services that I offer as well. So, all right, Gemini. So Spirit, for Gemini for the month of August, what does Gemini need to know? I hope you guys are doing well. Gaia and Alchemy. I do feel like you're staying... I feel like you're staying a little bit, you're staying out of the headspace, trying to, at least you're being aware that the headspace exists, like that mental overthinking is a thing. And yeah, I was going to say grounded, and there's the root chakra, so an authority. You're ready to make moves like into a positive direction, which that was something else that I kind of had a feeling around when I was meditating as well. You've got 1, the root chakra, authority, which is a 10, endings and beginnings, right? Very typical kind of energy. We're always opening and closing cycles. Big shift with the Aries and Libra movement as Taurus and Scorpio in the North and South Node finally came to an end. Let's not forget, we also have Venus in retrograde, so it is a good time to, you know, reflect and review the things in our lives and how they're working, not just romantically, but depending on your house, where it all sits and fits, right? So this root chakra, the frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passions and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies and as well as the physical world. And I heard Spirit say to me, it is going to be okay. It is going to be okay. So whatever that means for you, it is going to be okay. Don't let your thoughts overrule what Spirit is saying, your blessings, words coming from them, right? I'm just articulating those. This authority, I am going to go ahead and read that. I usually don't, but the frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. And I do feel like that maybe you feel like you're taking authority in your own life, like kind of stepping up to the plate, taking on the things that you maybe feel like you're lacking direction in, and going, okay, this is where I'm headed, this is where I'm going, and this is the way that it's going to be. So Gemini, I do feel like that's some really positive energy there. There's a lot of passion behind it too. Like it's it's almost like you're stepping into a creative power of knowing within yourself that is creating the idea of stability. It's giving you that feeling. It's giving you that groundedness. And I will say too, if you've not grounded your energy recently, I would definitely do so too. But I feel like it's interesting. They're showing me like you starting at the root, right? And it's like you're building up. So it's almost like a rebuild process, Gemini, of the self, that you're alchemizing everything from the root, but you're doing it in a upward motion, right? So when we think about the chakra centers, I'll do a little like teaching lesson for you guys real quick if you're not familiar with how the chakras work. If you look at most diagrams of the chakra centers in the body, they tend to show that the wheel's spinning clockwise, right? And then we talk about them being out of balance. They can go, you know, counterclockwise and things of that nature. For me, because I'm a very visual person, when I teach the chakras, I teach people to envision them rolling on a forward axis, or axis, however you say it, on a forward motion, because whenever the wheel is turning, right, forward momentum is what we want to see, that then can swing up behind and roll up into the next chakra. So you're seeing this constant flow of energy. That's how I always envision them. That's how I teach them, to make them simplistic for people. So with that root chakra, the way I'm seeing it is like you're pulling that energy into the root. You're grounding, you're connecting, you're pulling that energy into the root chakra. And when you're ready, you're going to pull it up into that sacral. And it's almost like you're working through 1 through 7, opening yourself up to divine connection in due time. But it's like a rebalancing of this energy. And I've got crazy goosebumps right now talking about it. So Gemini, I do think that you are, I want to say like a massive positive reading compared to where you've been before, or even for a while since I've been reading for you guys on here. And it's been over a year now. So individuality, yet another card with outstanding red. So think about what reds mean to you. I personally am not a big fan of the color red. That can be some anger and aggression, but I will say that these reds are coming in for me because it's my reader's interpretation, right? Because I'm reading the symbology of it. But that red to me seems calm. It doesn't seem angry. It doesn't seem aggressive. It doesn't seem how I tend to typically view red. It's very, I'm going to call it toned down. So, but I also feel like this red specifically is attuned to an awareness within you. Again, another, it's number 47, which breaks down to an 11 and a 2. And we look at those first two cards. The root chakra was a 1, the authority being a 10 or a 1. So 11, 11, 111 could be important to you. Just seeing 11s in general could be very important to you as well. Whoa, that's too many there. Too many. So let's see for Gemini for the month of August, please, Spirit. Message. Gemini, I think there were only 2 signs that I did, and that might have been Cancer and Capricorn, or maybe just Cancer's reading that I did. I'm not sure. This message card came out for every other sign. I have 4 signs left to do. This came out for Taurus, for Scorpio, Pisces. Who else? I forget who all I did this week. Can't think of them off the top of my head. It's been a crazy week. But nonetheless, this message card came out. So check your other placements most definitely on the channel as well for those other videos. This message to me is like you're waiting. You're waiting on incoming information. You're waiting on incoming news that I think is going to bring in clarity and help to give you that directional focus that it is that I had, became aware of. Oh my Lord. When I was meditating for you guys. But you're moving into calmness. It's almost like you're taking into where you might have been in some, I'm going to call it murky water. Maybe it was starting to settle down, but now it's like you're kind of getting your land legs. If you're going to be a mermaid, right? You're getting your land legs. Like you're finally getting, hello, here comes the show here. You're getting your land legs, and it's like, you're catching your balance, maybe that water movement for you. It's almost like being in a space of water and it's kind of rushing. So it's kind of like you're carefully stepping is how I'm feeling this energy. But now it's like I'm ready to walk ashore. Like I've worked through a lot of things and I'm ready to walk ashore. I'm ready to feel and make movement without resistance or pressure on me so very heavily. That 9-2, it can signify the wounded warrior as well, and 9-9 on the timer too. can signify that wounded warrior, but it can also signify standing in our abundance and our blessings after a lot of struggles and strife and working our way towards that 10 energy. So let's see, and we're going to take vision. Keep focused. There's Aphrodite, which is also Venus energy as well. So in our love, chaos. Ooh, Gemini, I think you're getting to a point where you don't care, and I don't mean this in a negative sense. You just don't care if you hurt somebody's feelings. You're very focused on a positive outcome to a situation as you start a new cycle, moving into things that are a higher elevation factor for you. I don't think that this chaos, or what I construe as the Tower card in this deck, is you, or is for you, as much as it is you just going, it's time to clean the slate here. Being very aware and confident in how you're feeling about certain situations. And for some of you, I'm going to say in 2 to 3 weeks is what Spirit's giving me. You may start to feel better, just better about yourself, because as you're starting to take on and seek out who you are, you have no problem delivering hard messages. You have no problem being the receiver of those messages and not allowing it to knock you off course of where it is that you're heading in the direction in which you feel you need to go at this time. So I don't think that that chaos card, and when you look at it, it's a tornado, right? It's cleaning everything out. I also think that for some of you, again, another 11 here, by the way, that I've just got a hold of, that it's like, even to your idea of what fulfillment once was to you, or even having a negative attitude, a worrisome attitude about these things in your life or people or whatever this, may be for you specifically, you're willing to let it all fall and tower down so that you can do what you need to do for yourself. And I think that is, again, a very good space for you to be in, but your sights are focused on how you feel about things, your passion towards things, things that you're not going to let bog you down. And it's like all of a sudden you're finding out who you are. You're going from pain to love, nurturing the pain, right? Going, okay, this is where we are. This is where we're heading. Hey, knock that off, please. Cat. Rattling closet doors. He's a little wild today. He's always wild. All right, so Spirit for, I almost said for Scorpio, for Gemini. All right, another 8. Yeah, Angel of Love still sitting there. I know I shuffle a little weird, but all right, we've got the Happy Family, Happy Family, Healer of the Ages, and then Indecision. I think you're learning how to separate yourself, that you are not everybody's, Spirit is saying wish fulfillment. So if you feel like you're carrying the burdens of what other people are expecting of you or needing you to do specifically to make them feel better, you're also learning how to balance out what it is that you need throughout particular situations as well. This Healer of the Ages. Spirit is saying bone density. FYI, I am not a doctor. I do not give medical advice. I give you what the cards, what Spirit gives me, discern it accordingly. I am not a doctor. But I hear bone density, but I also see light attached to that. So there's some kind of healing that's taking place or needing to take place. Spirit is saying you will meet the right person. So whether this is the right medical provider or something to that effect. Again, I am not a medical doctor. I will say it over and over and over and over and over again. But it's like you're going to meet the right person at the right time that's going to help you heal whatever this is. So be patient, and you're going to have to be receptive. I think some of their traditions or their methods may be not mainstream, I guess you could say, somehow. Like they may seem unorthodox, is the word that they're giving me. So that seems a little strange to you, or a little like hoodoo, voodoo kind of thing. Me personally, I would trust it. I mean, giving you what I would do, if I was in a situation of the same. But it's like, if you're dealing with something in regards to that, like someone's going to teach you something, show you some kind of enlightenment on a path. Like I feel like you're meeting somebody that is, they've got a lot of knowledge surrounding certain things, and it's almost like a gifted healer is what I would call this person. So, you know, whether they're in the medical field or maybe if this is for financial for some of you, I don't know, right? Like, but to me, it's like they're coming in with these gifts of knowledge and wisdom that are going to be able to help you heal whatever this is, whether it's a medical thing or a physical thing or, you know, financial, whatever. I do feel like it pertains to the body though. It feels like a physical healing to me. Indecision, and that to me is clarifying or following the fact that you're just not sure how to handle this or what way you want to go in regards to that. But I think that when it comes to your individual emotional life, you're not letting maybe naysayers or people with massive opinion, which they're probably throwing at you their truths a lot, you're not not allowing that to affect you, but you know where it is that you're headed. So that's kind of like gathering the tools to get you to where it is that you want to go. So let's clarify this happy family. I think for a while now, you've not really been in so much of a space of nurturing yourself, but all of a sudden you are, and I think that's a great thing. So allow that to happen for you, okay? All right, what is this happy family? 3 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. I think you might be hurting some feelings along the way, Gemini. I really do. There may be people or situations tied to you that they had their own perception of how things were supposed to happen. Of course, we're not responsible for other people's stuff, unfortunately. Like, they're going to have to figure that out on their own. Very interesting cards. That 8 of Wands on the bottom. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, the 4 of Swords in reverse, and then the World card kind of came out in a sideways position. Again, I do believe that you are moving forward in a positive turn, right? Like positive turn. But I do feel like there are pieces from the past that you're finding the gall and the gumption to deal with finally. And we've got double confirmation of Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo here. So it's like you're starting to put the pieces together. I feel like you've come out of this resting phase because you're recognizing that there's just like I'm hearing a quarter more of whatever's been going on in life that needs to kind of close itself out for you. And I do think that through this, there's been a lot of knowledge, there's been a lot of growth. This can be spiritual growth, this can be family growth, where you're coming to understand the balancing game. What it is to attract, what it is to be in a state of manifesting, what it is to be, you know, like law of attraction, those kind of things, the vibrational frequency that you need to be on. And I feel like that once this completely closes out for you, this opens up a whole new broad spectrum as to where it is that you're heading. But give yourself the time and the space to do that, because I think once this begins to take off, you're going to see a lot of changes happen pretty rapidly, the way that it occurs for you guys. Yeah, because you're standing into new growth. You're stepping into something. I do feel like you're a little untrusting of certain aspects of your life, or not really untrusting, but kind of doubtful, like how does this work? Why would it work this way? So just kind of, you know, I do feel like you're coming out of the logical mind and just trusting. Allow that to continue to happen for you, because I do think it's going to create a lot of positive changes as things close out as well. This could also be karmic stuff too, with those north and south nodes. That's what our fate, our destiny, our karma, all of those things as well are working out for us too. So with that, this can be, you know, positive karma being, you know, being given to you, that, you know, you've put in the work, you've put in some effort, and now it's like, now we're going to guide you. You've paid attention. We're going to guide you and help you through whatever this is. This Healer of the Ages for Gemini, please, Spirit. King of Wands. We'll take them. All right. King of Wands, 9 of Cups. I keep getting this, that 9 of Cups. Like, you know, traditionally, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Divine partnership there, right? 9 of Cups, you know, traditional meaning, wish fulfillment, that kind of thing. We got the Page of Cups in the reverse. I still feel, and I go back to this Healer of the Ages card, which is a 6. You have 4, 6, and 8 here, by the way. You could be dealing with fire signs. My brain just went blank. Dear gosh. Sag, Leo, Aries. There we go. Spit them out. I feel like somebody is waiting on you to make a decision. Because the thing about this is we got the King and the Queen of Wands, and they're facing opposite directions. So I feel like, again, This could be you reviewing certain aspects. When we talk about Venus retrograde too, again, it's a time of reviewing things. There we go. But it's like you're taking a look back at the past. I think it's necessary. I do, for you guys, because you're recognizing, I see you looking at the things that didn't work though. Okay. Like you are still kind of staying out of your head, but when you review things, you're recognizing what was loveless is what I'm hearing. You're recognizing how, there was little to no growth in certain aspects of life, and now realizing that ultimate wish fulfillment, going with the definition of the card itself, is at hand. But I also feel like you think things are going to get boring. You know, Gemini, you're a communicative sign. Further to that too, and that Eight of Wands, not surprised to see that with you. Creative, passionate, fun-loving, right? But I also feel like there's a tendency to get kind of bored with that energy as well. So it's like trying to find some new passion, new beginnings. Second to that, the second message that I'm getting with these cards is that, again, that need to decide to not follow tradition. And I don't know why, you know, it's more of a Hierophant kind of card. But I still am going back to that. Is the need to trust something other than the traditional idea of what heals the mind, the body, and the spirit. And I feel like you almost, what I'm hearing is wishful thinking. It's wishful thinking to think that something can work out like that. So, but that 9 and that 6 is reminding me of that yin yang energy, right? That balance in the divine feminine, the divine masculine. And then we have the King and the Queen of Wands here, again, divine counterparts as well. But that Queen of Wands, you know, that black cat is telling us to trust our intuition, to trust our passion, our desires, what we're being pushed towards, what the creative process is. There's a reason that it's coming up as well. In fall time too, I'm going to say end of August, September may be very significant for you as well. I'm looking at some seasonal kind of energies here. But you may really start to feel a much more balanced, healthy change is what I'm hearing by the end of August, beginning of September. Spirit is also saying it's going to depend on the changes that you make for yourself as well. So you may have to take, I'm hearing TikTok, and not TikTok the app, but TikTok, like clocks are ticking, right? Like you're recognizing, you know, our bodies are changing, our minds are changing, our lives are evolving. So you may just have to do some things very differently, but you're going to reap what you sow. So harvest good rewards from that energy of healing that you're doing at this time. And then this indecision. Let's take a look at that. What is this indecision for Gemini spirit for the month of August? The Hermit. I always look at him and think about lessons learned, right? Lessons learned, very significant lessons learned. The Five of Wands there, some conflict. And then that Nine of Pentacles, she pops back out again with the Ace of Wands. Spirit said traditional rules need not apply. So you may be doing something very different that others may not be on board with. And I think that might be creating this indecision space. I also hear, like with this Hermit, oddly enough, decrepit energy. Like you're kind of balancing between the idea of going back into things that make you unhealthy or make you feel bad, and then this idea of this Nine of Pentacles energy that is abundant and lavish and healthy and beautiful and well kept and well deserving of everything. So it's like your inspired action. There's that Two of Wands. You're going from the 1 to the 2 here, right? New potential, new opportunity, new growth, new movement forward. Now which direction do I take? And that indecision card, very much Two of Wands kind of energy there. With the Five of Wands, it can be internal conflict as well for some of you. Is like, I know what makes me feel good, but I'm so used and accustomed to doing things a certain way. But you've also learned where you're going to have to shift that energy, how that's going to have to change so that you feel better overall. And that can be, talk about the chaos of you clearing things out, saying what you need to, doing things on your own terms can create that conflictual energy with others. But I also feel like a little bit of that conflictual energy, it's not so much you with the outside world, the external world, but you internally of going, what healthy decisions do I need to make for myself moving forward? And healthy seems to be the very key word in this reading. I just keep wanting to say that for you guys. So this chaos, I'm going to say 9s are going to be very important for you too, Gemini. the sun. You could be dealing with a Leo in your life as well. Oh, goodness. I don't know where this is coming. I don't know why health is popping up with you, Gemini, but it is. Again, 100 times over, I am not a doctor, so discern accordingly. But I feel like for some of you, they're talking about your legs, that you're concerned about your leg space. Am I gonna walk again? So I don't know what, that's a very specific message, like it's something to do with walking. It's gonna be, it's funny, I was starting to read a book today, and it has to do with like us reprogramming our brains for healthy purposes, right? Funny that I pick it up today and here comes this reading, right? Everything's meant for a reason. But I'm going to say this to you with the moon on the underneath here and the sun sitting there as well. Sunflowers, again, I'm thinking about that September, August, September energy for some reason by looking at those. You don't have to worry. You don't have, I just want to say to you, you don't have to worry. This is not going to be the way you see it to be. And then the Fool, yeah, you're going to start something new. And you see him, like, you know, we go from the sun, the child is riding on the horse's back and the Fool is up and he's gandering on his own, right? So there's no ride needed, you know, whatsoever, because you're going to nurture what it is that you need to do for yourself to be healthy and well, really is how this is coming through for me. Some of you, the spine, I don't know. Guys, I will repeat it 1,000 times. I am not a doctor, but there's also these messages coming in. So just make sure that you're taking care of your health. Put yourself first in that regard. Spine as well, like something could just be off a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. You know, some of us, like I go get adjustments or massage, stuff like that to help me with my back. So could be something as simple as that. So just be aware, okay? You know what goes on with your body. You know your body better than anybody else does, so just pay attention. Plain and simple. So with that though, like Gemini, I don't even know why I wanted to throw these last 3 cards, but I did. Tens and zeros. You're going back to the very beginning, the very basics. You are learning a whole new approach to life. And this sun is just illuminating all of the things that didn't work. You know, maybe a very tough ending, some very tough news, something to that effect. But there is some space of renewal within the self that just goes, I'm not accepting anything less. It's like learning to accept what you deserve to be your positive, and then healing the self to accept it for that, so that you can move forward in a positive direction. And I do think that you do. It's just time to nurture and nourish yourself. Plain and simple. Nurture and nourish yourself. So let's get some advice for you guys, and I'm going to leave it there. So, interesting reading, Gemini. I like it, though. I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, you are the star of the show right now, and it's time for you to take care of you. And I think you are. I really think you are. So, just do you. Take care of you. Feel good with you. Signs: Pisces, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, again, Aquarius. You got triple Leo here. The Fool. So, yeah, just be aware. I was kind of picking up a little bit of Hierophant energy, card of Taurus, right? So, some Venus energy, too. So, let's see. Advice for Gemini, please, Spirit. Advice for Gemini. Yeah, this is nurturing you. An 8. You had a couple 8s on the board, too. 1, 2... There's another one, 3. Yeah, 3 8s also. So 8s, 9s, and 1s for you guys are important right now. And to me, I see broken open. Don't hesitate. Spirit is saying don't hesitate on allowing yourself to open up, recharge, or renew. There's a lot of like heart space energy. So make sure you're taking care of your heart health as well. 10, close encounter. Spirit is saying it's the finishing touches to transformation for you guys. This broken open, you're almost, and 2 10s, by the way, so 10-10 also could be important for you. Allow yourself to get these downloads, these messages that Spirit's trying to give to you, because I think that these messages are about you, Gemini. Like, you know, people have dreams and we see all these signs and symbols and stuff, and we equate it to our external world, of course, our 3D world. But these messages are for you. So if you're having dreams and things of that nature, they're trying to get you to open yourself up to new possibilities, to new things, to not see things in a narrow scoped kind of way. Wish fulfillment, those stars. We make wishes on the stars, right? We wish upon a star. But it's coming in when you're putting those wishes or the ideas of that frequency, like I talked a little bit ago about the law of attraction and where we're vibrating, like you're starting to recognize the feelings attached to how you need to be, where you need to be vibrationally so that you attract these things. So you're starting to recognize these little parts of you that maybe just don't feel quite right, and thus you're going, okay, I feel them when they're there and they feel good, and then I feel them when they're not there and I have these ucky kind of feelings, and I'm recognizing the difference between those feelings and how I need to feel so that I'm moving forward in a more healthy space and more healthy environment for myself so that I can start this new cycle. So Gemini, I think it's a really interesting reading, a little different than usual. I just want to go take care of yourself. That's all. As long as you're taking care of you, you're nurturing you, everything else is fine. So 3113 on the timer. Goodness. So those numbers could be significant as well. So guys, just pay attention to those things for yourself throughout the month of August, even now. And again, I said like even into September, so that could be very important into September. You know, and just be open to new, be open. I talked about you being a little like cautious of like doing it a new way, new approach, something untraditional. Don't be afraid to push against the grain and do it differently. You might end up with an incredible result that you, and I've got the chills as I say, and then you're going to be able to share that knowledge and information from your experience with somebody else. 32 on the timer, that's a 5, which is significant of change. That where, there it is. Split the deck, there's the Hierophant I talked about. You're going to have this new experience, and it works for you, let's say, and then you're going to be able to go out and talk about that experience to other people that you know that are maybe struggling with something similar or significant. And it is that Hangman there giving you a new perspective on things, and you're going to be able to share that perspective and that experience with others around you that's ultimately going to help them as well. So you're going to gain the wisdom and the knowledge from that journey. So very, very important, Gemini, that you engage with something different so that, you know, it might not be traditional, and that's okay too. So Gemini, I hope this resonated for you. If it did, please hit the like button. That lets me know that it resonated for you as well. Feel free to comment and share. Remember, not every reading is for you, and if it didn't resonate, catch me on the next one, guys. Again, if you're interested in personal readings, want to dive into your own personal matters, information is below in the description box, about section of the page, and at holisticallyzenwv.com. You guys can reach out to me through there as well. I'm wishing you the very best month of August. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.